Hi, you two.
Hi. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Barb.
Hey, Heather. Hi, Wendy. How are you guys today?
Good.
Living the dream.
It was a little cold today, so I'm enjoying like snuggling up in like warm blankets.
It was
Yeah.
so bitterly cold this morning.
Yes, I know. So I'm grateful for those big blankets and sweatshirts and beanies and
I know, and actually
I've been
people,
sitting under the knee.
oh, you have?
Yeah. What were you saying? Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're okay. We were just talked at the same time. I was just going to say people complain about winter, and although I don't like the bitter cold, it's the only time that we do get to hibernate.
Mhm, mhm.
I like that.
Yeah, it's true. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Hi.
Hi, friends. Sorry to keep waiting.
You're okay.
Would anybody be so kind as to give me the name of today's class?
Whatever the hell you want is,
The teacher's choice? What is it?
well, I don't know.
Hello
I don't,
today.
to me, it's always teacher's choice.
Does anybody have expectations or special requests since I don't know what's going on?
It looks like, oh no, it's fifth chakra. That's what's on this calendar.
Fifth chakra?
You
Okay,
can do
well,
teacher's choice.
you better do our fifth chakra. Gotta do our fifth chakra. I love chakra stuff, so I'm stoked about that actually.
Oh, good.
And that's our throat chakra.
Oh, that would be good.
So if you haven't been connecting with your voice, this is your invitation. Hey, Scotty Poo.
Hey.
Me and Scott had such a good time this past week in El Salvador.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was fun.
Scott brought his daughter.
Oh,
Gosh, I bet that whole thing was amazing.
It was good. It was a good
Yeah, it
time.
was very nice.
Did you guys get naked?
No, I didn't. There were a few who did a couple of nights.
I knew that was going to happen.
I think there were some skinny dippers, couple of nights, yeah.
Oh, that's fun. That's
I
fun.
don't know anything about it, but I heard things.
You weren't the leader?
I don't know. I don't even know what's going on half the time.
yeah. Was it like a 7-day or 10-day or like was it
6 nights.
so fun? So fun.
I did just add another retreat to my website today, in Ojai, California. If you guys know Ojai, Ojai, in August. So it's just a long weekend, Thursday to Sunday. Check it out if you'd like. It's like a little farmhouse. It's serene up in the hills.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Okay, let's do the thing, guys. Fifth chakra, let's go. Let me just turn my thing on do not disturb so I don't give you guys my beeps. Okay.
Katie, I gotta leave early, okay? So probably about 15 minutes early.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
You bet.
Just so I don't think you hate my class and you leave. Just kidding.
That was
Okay. And your dog is the cutest. Hi, Marlia. Welcome. We're doing our throat chakra, so get ready. Okay. I'm gonna start us off with a breathwork exercise. It's called Brahmari. Many of you, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Many of you have probably done this before with me or maybe in some other pranayama type of class. So this is a pranayama exercise called Brahmari, BHRAMHARI, I believe is how you spell it, something like that. And what we're gonna do, you can use the mudra if you want, or if you'd rather, I'll pull up so you can see me better in my fingers. So if you'd rather, if it's easier, I literally don't care if you just want to cover your ears like this. So just using whatever you want to just press these little flaps in. I think it's called your tragus. Press them in and plug your ears. If you want to use the traditional mudra, it goes like this. It's kind of funky. I'll show you first and then we'll do it together. So this isn't us getting into it. It's just me demonstrating. So you'll put your index fingers kind of like right above your eyelids as your eyes close. You'll put your middle fingers below, and I'm not plugging my nose, but my tips of my fingers are kind of just on the edges of my nostrils. Let's see. Looks something like this. So covering everything but my mouth. I'm not covering my mouth, but I am closing my lips, and I'm using my thumbs to close that little flap of my ears called your tragus. So my fourth finger, my ring finger, is above my lips. My pinky finger is below. And you see how my other fingers are. I guess I'm not at my nostrils. I'm on kind of the bridge of my nose, but just make whatever feels good for you. Okay, that's my demonstration. Now we're going to do it together. You can let it go for now. I'll explain it a little bit more. So we'll take a great big inhale. You'll just inhale through your nose or your mouth, doesn't matter. The exhale is a hum as loud as you can for as long as you can. So once you're doing it, we'll just go over and over again, and it'll look and sound like this. So big inhale, and then hum for your exhale. So as long as you can, all the way to empty, and then just keep it going. And you can explore different pitches. We'll do this for about 1 minute long. So I'll take you out of it. You'll be able to hear me probably, and then just finish the round you're on. And let your hands come down and come back to just your regular breath. So everybody find a comfortable seat, and you're welcome to sit up against a wall. And if you really want to lay down, if that's more comfortable, feel free. And then choose to either just plug your ears with whatever finger feels best, or take that mudra I demonstrated just a moment ago. And exhale all your air out. Inhale as big as you can and hum for your exhale. Keep it going. Take one more round or finish the round you are on. And then after you take one more round or finish the round you are on, let your hands come down to rest. Maybe take a big deep breath with an open mouth sigh. Cleansing exhale. And then just come back to your natural breath. Breathe in whatever way naturally happens just for a moment as you soak that in. And maybe you're still hearing your hum inside. And start to visualize your neck and like a tunnel inside your neck, your throat. And then a ball of energy right in the center of that tunnel. And it's sky blue, bright sky blue, glowing. Maybe it's a ball of stardust. Maybe it's a ball of just pure light, like an orb. So however you want to visualize it, and use your imagination. See it expand and contract every time you breathe in and out. Continue to hear your inner hum, your inner voice, your inner vibration, and start to come into your Ujjayi breath. So getting curious about, what is your connection to your voice? How did that feel, that breathwork exercise? Did you hate it? Was it uncomfortable? Was it silly or stupid? What were your judgments about it? Or fears or insecurities? Or did you love it? Was it fun? Did it feel good? Did you notice your voice getting caught, catching, shaking? Did you cough? Did you need to clear your throat over and over again and again? Do you still feel like you need to clear your throat? You always, oftentimes feel like there's something stuck in your throat. Just getting curious about your throat chakra, physically, energetically, metaphorically, even just really tuning in, being playful, maybe using your imagination. Imagination is not a bad thing. So stay connected to this place, stay connected to your breath. Go ahead, come forward to your hands and your knees, tabletop. Start to move through either cat-cows, or if it would feel good, any other way your body wants to move. So you could move your hips side to side, you could circle your hips around. Lots of different ways to move and explore. And as you move, do feel your neck. The back of your neck, the sides of your neck, the front of your neck. Feel your neck as an extension of your spine. Feel your head connected to your neck, the weight of your head. Really tuning into this space and continuing to tune into your inner vibration, that hum on the inside. In your next, let's say 3, 4, 5 rounds of breath, find your way back to downward facing dog. As you move back into down dog, just feel around. So maybe pedal out your heels, lift one leg, then the other leg. Maybe shift your hips side to side, give your head a little shake or a little nod. So make this down dog for you, not for anybody else. Feel into your body, connect with your breath, find space, create length. One thing I do love about Zoom yoga is it's really just for you. Nobody's watching you. So sometimes in a studio, our ego gets in the way. We know people are looking at us. So we do or we don't do certain things. We maybe make certain sounds or try not to make certain sounds. So at your own house, this is your practice. It's just for you. You get to do whatever you want. If you feel like it on an exhale at any time throughout this practice, invitation to let yourself make noise. So maybe your exhales are hums on the outside too. You can't do that in a regular yoga class, so maybe you play with that at your house today. All right, my friends, so back in your down dog, let's take one more big inhalation. And as you exhale, look forward, and however you want to get there, feet to the top of your mat, forward fold. Let's come straight into a halfway lift position. Breathe in, find the length in your spine, your side body. Exhale, bow and fold. Do that one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Feel that length in your neck. Back of your neck, sides of your neck. Exhale, fold. And let's take it all the way up. So rise, arms extend overhead as you inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. With your breath, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down slowly. Beautiful, windy, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, let it go, fold it. Press into your feet and take it all the way back to standing. Arms reach. Inhale. Maybe you gaze up. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Adding on just a little bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side body stretch to your right, hips to your left. So like a crescent moon. Inhale through center. Other side, exhale. Inhale, back up. Reach. And a little baby back bend. You don't need to overdo it. Puff up your heart, gaze up. Inhale, re-extend. And then as you exhale, take it all the way down, nice and easy. Lift and lengthen, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Take an inhale at the top of your push-up and really push the ground away. Exhale, lower ever so slowly. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, find a back bend of your choice. Little tone in your belly, supports low back, like a brace around your middle. And then sit back for just a moment into a child's pose. Hips to your heels, forehead to your mat. Feel the length in your spine. Feel your breath flowing up and down the length of your spine. Feel your inner vibration, that hum on the inside. And if you want, for just a moment, hum on the outside too. Use your voice as you exhale. So just getting curious about your connection to your voice, your expression. No judgment, just play, curiosity, observation. Rise up to tabletop position, hands and knees. All right, from hands and knees, spread your fingers really, really, really wide and actively push into the ground. Curl your toes under and then hover your knees just an inch or two above the ground. So lift your knees just a little tiny bit. Try not to lock out your elbows, so keep really pushing with your fingertips and see if you can walk your hands one hand width forward, or one hand print forward, I should say. After one hand print forward, draw your belly button in and up and kind of round or hollow out through your middle a little more. One more hand print forward. So one more hand print forward. Your hands are now in front of your shoulders. Your knees and your shins are hovering. Hollow out through your middle. Lengthen through the back of your neck, chin to chest, Jalandhara Bandha, throat lock. Hear your Ujjayi breath. Feel your strong core. All right, my friends. From here now, lift your hips all the way up and back, down dog. Adjust however you need to. So you can walk your hands back a little bit if you'd like, if you feel better. And just lift your hips up really high. Walk out your dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat. Let's take it to a warrior two stance. So back heel pivots down, cartwheel your arms up. Bend your front knee a lot. Knee is lined up over your ankle. And your knee tracks open towards your pinky toe rather than collapsing in towards your big toe. Hips are open, shoulders are open. Reach forward and back and maybe gaze over your front fingertips. Feel your slow, deep breath. Next, inhale, reverse warrior. Front palm rotates up, reach slightly back. Feel the strength in your left side abdominals as your right side elongates. Breathe into that elongation. See if you can create more space in your right side. Soften your face, soften your jaw. Take one more deep breath. As you finish off your next exhale, back to a warrior two. And then let's straighten our front leg. We're gonna move into a triangle. So if you wanna shorten your stance, I like to scoot my back foot forward like a couple inches, not too much. So you still want some length in your stance. Imagine your hips are being pulled back and you're reaching forward. So like you're being pulled in these opposite directions. Reach, 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 reach. One more big inhale. And then You can either bring your right hand to a block, to your front shin, to the ground, left arm to the sky, or your left arm might reach forward, bicep next to your ear. So triangle pose, Trikonasana. Only if you can hold the strength and structure and integrity of the pose with your legs. You can take both arms forward like you're holding an invisible yoga block in between your palms. Keep your heart open, keep your hips open, keep your breath flowing. Feel the length in the back of your neck, sides of your neck. Feel your neck as an extension of your spine. One last round. Next inhalation, press into your feet, come back up, arms to the sky. Now parallel your feet so all of your toes are now facing the long edge of your mat. Take an inhale to reach up high. And as you exhale, bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. As you relax your shoulders down just for a moment, let your head draw little smiley faces, crown of your head, little smiley faces. So chin to chest and then back and forth, side to side. Yeah. And if it feels good to hold for a moment and just take a couple breaths in one place, totally fine. Maybe a big open mouth sigh would feel nice. All right, slowly come back to neutral. So chin to chest and then lift your head up. So your head now stacks. Roll your shoulders back and down and see if you can work that opening in the front of your heart. So possibly start to reach your hands back. And maybe at the slightest little back bend, knuckles down, heart lifts, inhale. As you exhale, keep your clasp, hinge at your hips, take it all the way down into a forward fold. So hang out with your fingers interlaced here for at least your first couple breaths. We'll be here for about 5 breaths total. So if you want to release your clasp for those last couple of rounds, feel free. Out your mouth at any time. All right. If you've still got your clasp, take one more inhalation. And with your exhale, bring your hands first to your low back, then release your clasp. Fingertips to the ground, halfway lift. So bend your knees as much as you need to get your fingertips to the ground, lengthen your spine. Walk your hands to the top of your space. You're in a low lunge. And from your low lunge, let's move into a standing split. So right foot roots and left leg floats up. Doesn't matter how high your left leg goes, think of it as a one-legged forward fold. So spread through your left toes, active through your left toes, the leg that's floating, make it feel strong and powerful. Soft through your face, through your jaw, lift from your center, really good. Take one last big in breath, lift, lengthen. And then set your left foot down, forward fold. You can give your right leg a little shake out. Bring your bring your big toes to touch. Little gap in between your heels. Tiny little potato bug ball. So tuck and curl. Heels can lift up really high to work balance and strength, or heels can work their way to the ground or towards the ground to work ankle flexibility. And if you want to try wrapping your arms around your shins, go for it. Shin towards your chest, back of your neck is long. As you breathe, Jalandhara Bandha, throat lock. So you really, really hear and feel your breath as it's moving through your throat. And if you exaggerate it, it almost makes kind of like a snoring sound. Just getting curious about that throat chakra, that bright blue ball of light right in that tunnel in your neck. Last deep breath here. Halfway lift, inhale. You can widen your stance if you want to. Exhale, let it go, fold. Let's take it up all the way, rise. Arms reach. Inhale. Hands to your heart center, exhale. For just a moment, let's flow with our breath. Inhale, high mountain. Side body stretch, you go whatever way you want to first. Any variation. Inhale through center. Another side as you exhale. Inhale back to center. Baby back bend. Exhale. Use your navel to spine connection to support low back. Inhale, re-extend. Let's take it all the way down. Slow dive. Halfway lift, lengthen out. Breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your yoga mat. Vinyasa, however you want. See you in a child's pose. Give yourself just a moment in child's pose. Reconnect to your breath. Maybe you want to take a hum out loud again. So especially if this feels uncomfortable for you to use your voice, if you're like, no thanks, that's just silly, then maybe do it and just see what comes up. Stuff that makes us feel uncomfortable, oftentimes there's something there. If you don't feel like going there, that's fine too. Give yourself an open mouth sigh, grounding breath. Come up to tabletop. Okay, so tabletop, spread your fingers, actively push into the ground. So there's a big difference. I don't know if you'll be able to see this on your screen, but if I push and lock out my elbows and just sink into my joints, this is what it looks like. You see that? So this is no bueno, this is not good. And this, strong arms where my muscles are working, that's what we want to go for. So feel your strong arms. Thanks for nodding, Wendy. Curl your toes under. And then lift your knees just that inch or two, not much, so they're hovering. And I want you to think of a hollow body position. So not like you're doing a back bend, but hollow out through your front body. Walk your hands, one handprint forward. Keep hollowing out, chin towards chest, hollow body. Your knees are just hovering. Keep pushing through your fingertips, one more handprint forward. Hollow body, hollow body. Navel to spine. Try to round a little bit. Hollow body, strong arms. Knees are hovering, one last deep breath. And however you need to make this transition down dog. You can walk your feet forward a bit or your hands back a bit or just take a moment. Maybe you even want to move through it and you also just kind of resetting completely. Ujjayi breath. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale. Step your left foot to the top of your yoga mat slowly and softly. Warrior 2. Back heel pivots down. Cartwheel your arms up. So left toes directly forward. Right toes directly to the right. Hips are open, heart is open. So you're not trying to square your back hip forward. You're not trying to pull your back shoulder forward. You're allowing everything to open to the side and just your left fingertips and your gaze goes forward for now. Soften through your shoulders. Next inhale, reverse your warrior. So keep the bend in your front knee and keep tracking it towards your pinky toe. And then lift your left rib cage up and away from your hip joint. Breathe into that space. If there's any variation that you want to take, feel free. Soft through your face. Tone through your low belly to support your low back. So you should not feel this in your low back. Take one last big, huge inhale. Exhale, come back to your warrior 2. Going towards our triangle, straighten your front leg. So feel your hips nice and level. And if you want to shorten your stance just the teeniest bit, you can. And imagine that there's a rope attached to your back hip that's pulling back. And at the same time, reach forward. So reach, reach, reach. Back hip is pulling back as you reach, and then tip it over. Keep your heart open, keep your hips open. If you want to take your right arm forward or both arms forward, feel free, but remember, only if you can hold the structure and the integrity of the pose in your legs. Only if you can take your big deep breaths. Take about 2 more wherever you are at. And then from the press of your feet, rise back up. Whew. Arms to the sky, parallel your feet. So your toes are now pointing towards the long edge of your mat. Reach up high, breathe in. And this time we'll just take it all the way down. Exhale, anywhere you want to explore. Anything that would feel good or interesting to you. Take about 2 more deep breaths. Next, inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the ground, so bend your knees if you need. And then walk your hands to the top of your space, low lunge. From low lunge, standing splits. So left foot roots, float your right leg up. Ah, big breath, back of your neck is long, it's a one-legged forward fold. Sometimes I like to play with lifting up to my left tip toes. Imagine you're lifting not from your leg or your foot, but from your core. Active right toes, wiggle them around. Take one last huge inhale, lots of length, lengthen, lengthen, reach, and set your right foot down. Forward fold top of your mat. You can give your left leg a little shake out if it wants it. We're moving towards our little tiny potato bug ball again. So big toes together. Tuck and curl when you're ready. Jalandhara Bandha, throat lock, chin to chest. Breathe and feel it moving through the back of your throat. Hear it moving. Maybe take a hum out loud on an exhale just for fun. So get playful with your voice. You're given this voice so that you can use it. Sadly, in our Western culture, we are taught to silence ourselves, especially sometimes as women. All right, one last round. So reclaim your voice. All right, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. You can widen your stance if you want. Take it all the way up. Arms reach, inhale. And exhale, hands to your heart. All right, let's flow for a moment. Inhale, high mountain. Side body stretch, your choice. And you can go either direction first. All the way to empty and then bring it back to your center. Other side with your exhale. Inhale, reach up. Baby back bend, exhale. Tone your belly to support low back. Inhale, reach up. And take it down as you exhale. As you breathe in, lengthen your spine, spine parallel to the ground. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Vinyasa however you want. Child's pose is where we'll meet up. Knees can be wide or together or somewhere in between. And then in your child's pose, you guys, tent your hands. So come up to your fingertips like you're making tents with your hands. So lifting to your fingertips and keep your head heavy. So let your head be relaxed as possible. And with your fingertips, actively push the ground away. See if you can take your hips further back as you push the ground away. And then try the opposite. Instead of pushing with your fingertips, pull. So pull and see what happens. Don't lift your hips, but see if you can feel your shoulders really plug in. Your shoulder blades move down your back body. Push with your fingertips. What happens? Feel into it. Pull with your fingertips. If you're like, what the heck is she talking about? That's fine. No big deal. If you're not getting this, not that big of a deal. Just fun to feel really little micro movements, get curious. All right, and then when you're ready, come up to hands and knees. And make sure your knees now are at least hips width distance apart. We're gonna move into a thread the needle with our right arm. So reach your right arm out and all the way up. Inhale here. Exhale, thread your right arm through. And gently come down to rest on the outside of shoulder, outside of head. And any way you want to work this pose on this side with your left hand, with your left leg even, and with your big deep breath. About 3 more slow, powerful inhales and even slower, even more powerful exhales all the way to empty. Bring if your left hand is lifted, bring your left hand down. And then on an inhalation, unthread your right arm, reach it out and all the way up. Exhale, set your right hand on the ground. And then listen. See if you can almost reverse swan dive up. So kind of bring more weight into your knees and then all the way up, arms reach up. Yes, good. From here, arms are reaching up. Transfer your weight more onto your right knee and gate your left leg out to the left. So it's like you're in a half wide-legged straddle. Toes face forward, sole of your foot presses into the ground. Breathe in here. And then as you exhale, left hand to the outside of your left thigh, slide your left hand down your leg and lengthen your right side. Keep pressing your hips forward as best you can. So don't let your butt stick out. Breathe into your long right side. Maybe take your gaze up just ever so slightly. Take one more big, huge breath here. Inhale, come back to center, both arms up. And see if you can keep your left leg extended out. As you exhale, swan dive down, bring your hands to the ground. Now pick up your left foot and swing your left toes off the right edge of your mat. Curl them under. Pull your hips over to your left and gaze back over your right shoulder. Lengthen through your left side. So lots and lots of length in your left side body, and maybe you kind of sway a little bit or lean to one side or bend one or both elbows. I'm on my right forearm, so you can move however you want to find whatever you need. And then come back, tabletop. And then from tabletop, downward facing dog. Whew, that was fun. All right. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Open up your right hip this time. So take just a moment. Squeeze through your outer right glute and press through both of your hands, all 10 of your fingertips, one more in-breath. As you exhale, we're going to come into a pigeon position. So right shin to the top of your space. Right knee nice and wide. And rather than just plopping onto your right hip, try to find integrity. So pull your right hip back and up. Invisible rope is pulling your right hip back and up. Start to bow forward as you're ready. And if for whatever reason this pose works better for you in another way, like in a seater on your back, please feel free to take it there instead. Take your big deep breaths. Maybe a couple of times you give that out loud hum. Just for fun. So it's funny, I think sometimes, because all of us, of course, we want to be in our power when we speak. We want to be connected to our voice. But we don't want to do the hard work it takes to get there. We just want it to happen magically. So if we want these things, gotta be willing to get a little bit uncomfortable. Do things that feel a little bit scary sometimes, knowing that we have the capacity to hold it. So that's what the yoga is for, so that we can, yoga won't make your life be perfect. Yoga can't affect your outer conditions. But yoga can help you so that when life happens, you have the capacity to hold it and not lose your shit all the time. That's the yoga. That's the practice. Take one last deep breath. All right, my friends, let's take it up. So lift your upper body and then press. Let's plant our hands, press into your fingertips, curl your back toes, three-legged down dog, take your right leg back and up, give it that nice little shaky shake. And only if it would feel good, option to flip your dog. Wild thing, open through your front body, a little tone in your belly to support low back. So you don't want to hurt your low back, it shouldn't hurt at all. Little tone, protects low back like a brace around your middle. One last round if you're with me, and then come back to a regular down dog and walk out your dog. Big inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, look forward, step, tiptoe, or hop forward. Halfway lift, inhale. And bow, exhale. Rise all the way up, arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Flowing one last time here. Inhale, reach. Side body stretch of your choice to whatever side you want. Through center with your inhale. Other side with your exhale. Inhale, center. Little back bend, exhale, puff up your heart. Inhale, center, reach. Take it down nice and easy, exhale. Lift halfway, breathe in. And plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga, or however you want to move through your own vinyasa, your variation of a vinyasa. And then child's pose it out for a moment. Hips to heels, forehead to your mat. And the invitation, if you want to explore just one more time, lifting up to your fingertips, tenting your hands. And then pushing through your fingertips. Pulling through your fingertips. Getting more curious about all those little micro movements inside that you really have no idea are even happening all day long without your awareness. So start to bring more awareness, body awareness. Notice how your body's moving. All right. Hands and knees, tabletop. Bring your knees at least hips width distance apart, moving into thread the needle with our left arm. So left arm out and up, breathe in. And exhale to thread it underneath you. Reach as far as you can and then gently rest down outside of your shoulder, outside of your head on the ground. And you can work it however you want to on this side. However you want to explore, experiment, get curious. And if you happen to have your right hand lifted, bring your right hand back to the ground. Next time you inhale, unthread your left arm, reach it out and up. Left hand down. And then bring more weight into your legs, engage your core, and rise up, arms reach up, extended kneeling position. Extend your right leg out to your side. So straight out to your side like a half wide-legged straddle. Toes face forward, sole of your foot is on the ground. Inhale here and reach. I like my left toes curled under. You do whatever feels best. Exhale, right hand to the outside of your right thigh, and then lengthen your left side. Try not to stick your butt out. So sticking your butt out is like this. Try to press your hips forward. So you're squeezing through your outer left glute, your outer right glute, your medial glutes. It's not your glute maximus, it's glute medius or your medial glute. So you really want to, it's a hard muscle for us to engage. Start to feel it, bring more awareness to it. Breathe into your left side and feel your right side obliques holding you, supporting you. One last round. And back to center, reach up, inhale. Nice job. Exhale, dive down, hands to the ground. Once your hands are on the ground, pick up your left foot and swing your left toes off the left edge, or swing your right toes off. Pick up your right foot, swing your right toes off the left edge of your mat. And then pull your hips to the right, gaze back over your left shoulder. One of the things I told my teacher trainers, I'm like, somehow make your rights and left super embodied. Like feel your right side, feel your left side, so you don't have to think about it because it can get so confusing. All right, take one last round. So like just practice right and left, right and left. This is my right hand, this is my left hand. All right, take it back, downward facing dog. Learning to teach yoga is like learning to speak another language. I was realizing it's like at first you just stumble over all your words and then slowly you start to be able to just, it's embodied, it just kind of comes out. But it takes time. Take an inhale and reach your left leg to the sky. Open up your left hip for a moment. So peel it open, and what we're looking for, outer left glute. Your medial glute is what we're using to open our hip. Big inhale. Pigeon pose. Shin to the top of your mat and gently bring your body down. Pull your left butt cheek up and back so it's not plopping onto the ground. It's lifting, pulling up and back. The heart moves forward and down. And just big, spacious breaths. And soften. Keep a little bit of activation through your left toe. Breathing, big, spacious breath. Maybe once in a while, just hum. Connecting to your voice, your own vibration, your own expression. You're about 3 or 4 more rounds here. And let's take it back to a 3-legged down dog. So as you're ready to start to lift, left leg back and up, give it a nice little shaky shake. And then flip your dog if you want to on this side, wild thing. Opening through your front body. Breathing and stretching your abdominal wall with a little tone in your belly so it doesn't hurt your low back. Last breath. And then come back down dog, walk it out. If you want one last vinyasa, you can take it. Otherwise, just however you want to transition all the way onto your back. Start your transition onto your back. And once you're on your back, just rock gently side to side. And let both of your knees eventually fall to one side for a supine twist. You choose which way you want to go first. I do not care. Any variation. And in your next couple of breaths or so, just switch to your opposite side and you can take your time. You don't have to just go one side, flop over to the other. Maybe neutralize for a moment. And when you feel somewhat even on both sides, back to center, neutralize. So when I say neutralize, whatever feels good. It could be hugging your knees in, taking a little rock, giving your legs a squeeze, full body stretch, eventually come into a happy baby position. Pull down with your arms, press up through your heels, flex your toes. If you want to extend one leg, then the other leg, or anything like that. Both legs, go for it. And if there's any other poses, any other stretches or movements you want to take, this is your time. But just anything else that will help you set yourself up for your final relaxation, and then just let yourself give in, settle in. So since we've been doing throat chakra stuff, this quote, I like it. It's about listening, about how people choose to hear what they want to hear most of the time, and not everybody is always going to hear what you are saying. Not everybody knows how to listen. It doesn't really matter how your song is interpreted or how your song is heard. It's just about allowing yourself to sing it, empowering yourself to sing it. Doesn't matter how it's received. This is a poem or a reading by Vex King. As I read it, as you rest, maybe just visualize that space, that ball of bright blue energy, light, stardust in the middle of your throat tunnel. Think of all the energy you have spent trying to make people hear your heart song, turning up the volume, changing the tune, trying harder and harder to grab their attention. But listening isn't about how good the music is. It's about whether the person wants to listen. Some people could stand in front of a whole orchestra and still only hear their own thoughts. Save your beautiful songs for those who quiet their world to hear your whispers, who feel the rhythm in their hearts before you even start to play. You know that listening is its own kind of love. Sometimes we waste our energy, we waste our words, our song on ones who won't hear it anyway, no matter how hard we try. So it's kind of that energy of wanting to prove something or just speaking your truth because it's your truth. Not exhausting yourself to prove it, but just being in your truth by the way you show up in your life, speaking it, and the words you use when you communicate. Speaking it, even it just in the way you listen to others. Your honesty, your curiosity, and your kindness. You allow your own song, your own vibration to come out, to come through. Those who are ready and willing to listen. So just for these last couple moments, feeling into or connecting with your throat chakra, visualizing that bright blue ball of light. Invitation to take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, use some sort of sound. So a hum or just a ha, cleansing sigh, any sort of sound. Maybe you laugh, maybe you feel like laughing, I don't know. And just start to come back to your physicality and also your voice outwardly. So something that you can hear yourself make a noise, maybe even just clear your throat. And then roll when you're ready onto either side. Taking a moment in this transitionary stage, this nurturing pose. Just let everything kind of soak in. Maybe some sort of resolve inside to be a little more aware of the way you use your voice or the way you even listen to others. And then use your arms to slowly guide yourself up into seated meditation. And let's just end with one Om. So one last time, using your own vibration, letting it express out your mouth as sound. Start by exhaling, emptying out, and clear your throat if needed. Take a great big huge inhale. Fill up with your voice. Open your mouth. Thank you very much, my friends, for letting me guide you. Namaste. All right. Thanks, my friends. Love ya.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank
That was
you.
amazing. Thank you.
Have a great rest of your day.
You
too.
too.